Trains on the Pienaarspoort rail corridor back on tracks. But for these informal traders, it's not business as usual. Some have been trading on these trains, making a living for their families for decades. But since the new trains were introduced and new PRASA management, they are no longer allowed to trade on these trains.
The problem with us, then, the security guys are harassing us. They don't want to sell it anymore. So we are busy with them, so they don't want to negotiate with us. So we want to sell inside the train.
The claim that their businesses have been badly affected after most trains were halted since 2019 due to vandalism of rail infrastructure and cable theft. Their plight worsened during the COVID-19 lockdown when all rail services were suspended. The Rail Traders Association has confirmed that their members are struggling to make ends meet and called for a permanent PRASA CEO, hoping this will help resolve their issues.
That time we were struggling with a transport, so I'm very happy too much when I see this metro rail come back. So I want to ask to the minister and the board chairperson, Mr. Leonard, to hire a permanent group CEO. So to hire the permanent group CEO, the company is going to move, because chop and changing of a group CEO is what is going to the business going to start.
The hawkers are allowed to sell on the PRASA premises and some dedicated parts of the train platforms, but they claim to make more money when they trade inside of the trains. They also claim that security denies them access to water and toilets at the stations. Transport Minister has promised to engage PRASA on their plea.
I will check with them in relation to that, but in and around our infrastructure, like where we are, traders are allowed. And I'm not aware that they've been banned and all of that. I need to check in terms of, like you raised with me, I'm not aware that they are not allowed, even if they have to pay for themselves to get inside the train and sell. Then there is an opportunity there for small traders if it is properly regulated and organized by PRASA. I think we can have a proper response because it's good business for them.
PRASA reassured the traders that their concerns are taken seriously. However, safety concerns were raised about trading inside of the trains.
Concerns has been raised. We are not dismissive of the concerns. The traders have also got a role to play at our stations. Our stations are places of activity and trade as well. So at the station, how we formalize that trading, how we ensure traders are part of that, we need to look at. I cannot give you all the answers here. We need to have those discussions. We do have an informal traders policy that we are dealing with as part of the process, and that will be communicated very clearly and engage with these role players. Now, I've also heard questions around trading on the train. And there we are guided also by our conditions of carriage, particularly with the new service that we are rolling out. At the moment, it is not allowed on the train. Okay, and that is because of the issue around safety on the train, as well as the issue of cleanliness and sustaining the trains going forward. We need to look at that.
More than 300 small businesses or hawkers trade on the Pienaarspoort corridor alone. Most of them are breadwinners. PRASA has promised to look into ways to accommodate their needs, but the serious safety concerns raised might not yield satisfying results for the desperate rail hawkers. Patricia Fasache, SABC News in Pretoria.